before, let's get started. I'm going to start with today's session, playing, as I said, a very interesting game. 1 minute. Okay, is everybody ready to start playing a game? Yes? Now anybody starts coughing. It's not just a regular thing, you know, everybody's, even while you're in Zoom, everybody's ears stand out. Okay, so everybody ready to play a game? If you are, I want you to write in the chat yes, so that let me know that you're really in front of the screen and you are ready. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, awesome. I see so many yeses. Amazing, amazing. Okay, if this can move. Oh God. Okay, good. Okay, so now listen to this carefully, because you and me are going to solve a murder mystery. Actually, you're going to solve it. I'm going to present it to you. So in the murder mystery, I'm going to tell you a story. Listen to it very carefully. Once the story is over, you have to ask me a series of questions, because only when you ask me the questions, you can find a solution. You can solve the murder mystery. I will only answer in yes or no. I will not say maybe, can be, whatever. Only yes and no. Is that clear? Yes? Yes, only yes and no. That's the only thing. You have to think how you're going to ask me the question. Yes? Okay, so this is a castle, and can you see there is this one window? Behind this window, there is a big room, and inside that room, Romeo and Juliet were locked inside this room. If you guys know this story, don't spoil it for everybody, because the answer is not the important thing. It is the journey to the answer. So if you know it, don't talk about it. So Romeo and Juliet is in this room with one open window. The door of that room is closed. Nobody has come inside. But when they open the door, after some time, they find Romeo and Juliet dead on the floor. How did Romeo and Juliet die? That is the question that you have to answer. Now, you can ask me any question and I will answer, but it'll be a yes or a no. And there are no right or wrong answers. Please don't go to Google and find the answer, because that's not the purpose of doing this.
Please
Can
repeat
you
it.
tell the rules again? I could not hear. I have network problems.
The rule is that you can ask me any question. I will answer only in yes and no. And you have to discover who killed Romeo and Juliet, who are behind this room with the open window. Okay, how tall is he? I can't answer that. I'm just answering yes or no. Is he very tall? I like the way, Pranit, that you rephrased your question. That's it. One question, 20, how many participants? Around 20 odd participants. No. Surya, did they kill each other? No. Tariq, he will not get oxygen? No. He will not get oxygen. Did Romeo and Juliet know the person? No. Food or water? Tariq, you have to be more precise. I don't know what you mean by food or water. Yes. Romeo and Juliet were together. So Rasna is asking, is Romeo and Juliet, was the window big enough for someone to enter through it? Oh, well, yes. But remember, the window is on the first floor. You can see where the window is. You can even open the mic and talk. I'm okay answering questions. Yes, Pranit, the door was locked from outside. Um Tariq, enemies killed? No. Maybe birds killed? No. Krishnanjali, there is a man standing on top of that window behind the cross over there. Man standing on top of the window behind the cross over there. No, that man didn't kill basically because come on, would love to get more questions. Usually this is done in, you can't ask me more than 20 questions when it is done in a group, but everybody's asking individually, so it's fine. Increase the speed. Think more.
They were poisoned.
No. For a moment, start thinking like somebody just wrote think differently. For a moment, start thinking differently. What are the preconceived notions that you have in your mind? What is it that you already have made up in your mind? And basis that you're asking me these questions. What is it that you have in your mind already? Because of maybe I've told you Romeo and Juliet, maybe the name, maybe the castle. Did they die in fire? No. Tariq, no. Animals did not kill. Is it murder? Yes, it's a murder mystery. Any person kill? No. Sorry, any person kill? Yes, a person killed. He will fight? No, it was not a fight. When nobody can enter, how will there be a fight? Again, think, go back, think. Think about it. See, because it's very easy to say, oh, think differently. But what is it that means to think differently? To think differently, you go back to your starting point where you start thinking. So, what is the first thing? We kill each other? No. Electric shock? No. What is the first thing that you guys are keeping in your mind? Are we all not assuming electric shock up on the building? No. I mean, they died inside the... And I think I said that they were lying dead on the floor, right? After some time, they were found dead on the floor. No. So no electric shock. Electric shock up on the building, no. But Tariq, I love the fact that you're trying because that's another good thing. It just doesn't matter how many, like if you're failing, if you keep trying, it'll, they were
Was
bleeding. Yeah,
was either one of them the murderer? Either Romeo or
no,
Juliet.
no. They were bleeding. Obviously, before dying, they would bleed. Yeah, yes,
They are trying to escape.
no. Is any problem for the castle door? No. Breathe pollutant gas? No. Grishma, they didn't breathe any pollutant gas. Again, I'm just giving you a thought. Go back to the fundamentals. A lot of times in design and thinking differently is actually going back and changing your starting point, changing what the fundamental is.
They,
Yes?
they are trying to climb up and fall.
No. Someone shoots the window. Okay, kind of. Like, if I take it in another grammatical way, then yes. Did someone shoot through the window? Kind of, yes. Jyoti? Pranit, no. Did someone come through the window? No. Okay, again, what I was saying is that to start thinking differently, you have to change your starting point. How many of you have made up your mind and working with the premise that Romeo and Juliet are man and woman? Did I say they are man and women?
Mm.
No. Yeah? So do you see that it is such a simple story, maybe a little silly in some extent, but because I told you Romeo and Juliet and because I showed you a castle, I colored your mind, right? If I told you maybe Tommy and I don't know, Tommy and Ginger, maybe you would have not thought. Maybe you would have thought, oh, these are Ginger? Ginger is not a name of a man, right? Yeah, I'm just looking at, did someone come through the window, a bomb through it, Benedict? So did you guys get what I'm trying to say? That we have to change. A lot of times thinking differently means you have to change your starting point. Number one. Number two, this is also about asking quality questions. A very powerful tool to learn is about asking questions. The reason I bring this up is because, in my class, I've had like 2 sessions now. But what I see is most of the time, all of you are just listening to me. You're not participating, you're not asking questions. Whatever I'm telling you, you're taking it, yeah, it is right. But that is not how things should be. Because in life, when you learn by asking questions. But there is an act. It doesn't mean that, I say, oh, you have to learn by asking questions. And tomorrow, anything that you want to learn in the teacher, you keep asking questions. Your parents, you keep asking questions. And they'll be like, what happened to you? Suddenly you were like, so many questions. And so I'll share little things about it, like what is it really about asking questions. But the most important way that you really learn is by asking questions, the quality of your questions. So, for example, if the first question is are they man or animal? Yeah, are they humans? Thank you, Jyoti. Are they humans? What a powerful question that is. It just eliminates everybody. So the next question, so now let's play that. Now that you know that they are not humans, so now, how about solving it now? What would be the next question to this? So Benedict, no, not a bomb. Tariq, the man get in the room and kill the person. So now you know that there is no man. There are any problems? No problem. Yeah, problem, somebody died. Okay, so what do you think would be a next good quality question you can ask? Don't worry about getting it wrong. This is a space, especially when you are learning, this is a space where it is absolutely okay to make mistakes. Absolutely okay. Yeah. So experiment whenever you have a chance, because there are certain environments where you don't have a chance. Like, for example, you can't experiment in your exams. Yeah, you're right, because you have to get marks. There is no chance for experimentation. But right now, there's absolutely, you should experiment. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. Okay, so they eat poison? No. Tariq, no, they didn't eat any poison. Okay, so what would be the next good quality question you can ask
So they are
once?
not humans. So they are not
Yeah.
humans.
No, they are not
Not
humans.
Are
Yes.
they animals?
Yes. Wouldn't the next question be what? He get food in it? No. Nothing connected to the food. Did Romeo kill himself? No. A bear? No. Bear can't come to the first floor. Okay, so a next good quality question would be, see, we did that. Are they humans? No, they're animals. Then the next thing you want to do is that what kind of animals, right? So that you make it narrow and narrow. What are the 2 or 3 types of animals that are one animals or birds that they fly? So your next question could be, are they birds? No, because you have to first, before you find out how did Romeo and Juliet die, you have to first understand who is Romeo and Juliet. So when you are designing your work, when you are presenting your project, before you start presenting it, before you start making it, a lot of times you have to understand why are you doing it. Who, one is of course for the marks and everything, but let's say you're making a project on a country, you can write anything about that country, right? But you have to, but you go to the specific topic. Now let's say that the teacher has also given a specific topic to you, but what you need to get into it, that what is it that I can bring in this which will be different, which will make it stand out, which is what matters. So now, thank you, Tariq Benedict. Another thing, instead of asking, is it a lion or is it a cat or a rat or an eagle? Because normally this game, when it is played, you have limitations of the questions you can ask. So think about it. When I have said that it's not a bird, first, right now we are finding out, is it an animal or a bird? Who's Romeo and Juliet? Because once I know who's Romeo and Juliet, I can solve the problem. So once you know what is it that you really want to make, you can go ahead and do it better, right? Now we know that it is not a bird. Now you can say, are they a four-legged animal? Everybody in the four-legged kingdom is covered, whether it is a cat or a lion, actually a rat also, because they also have 4 legs. Everybody who's with 4 legs is covered in it. Yeah. If you like, you can also say that, are they reptiles? So then you don't have to ask specific questions, lion and deer and rat. So you say, are they 4-legged animals? And you say, no. And then you say, are they something which swims in water? And then you say, yes. So immediately you know, oh my God, are they fish? And then you say, yes. So Romeo and Juliet are actually 2 fishes who were kept in the open window in a pot of water, and somebody threw a stone, and that stone broke the pot, and the 2 fishes fell on the floor and they died. Yes? Silly story, but a very deep message. Very deep message. So when you go sequentially, you're able to solve a lot of, but what is the question that you ask is the key here. So here today, though I thought about covering up design principles and everything, but I really want to spend time today to talk about how to about asking questions, because I are really participating, because I see a lot of you are not asking me enough questions or not sharing your answers. If you do that, that is the best way to learn. See, because I know that you guys are interested, because this is, you're not getting marks for this class. So definitely, if you're trying to invest 1 hour of your time with me, that means you're interested. And if you're interested, then the best way to learn is just by participating fully. Because when you start asking questions, uh, you know, okay, a very good one. Don't overthink it. A lot of times, we don't ask our questions because you think, oh, no, 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 I should not ask it. Somebody else will ask it, because this is very confusing. Maybe what if I say a wrong question? How silly will I look? Does that happen to anybody? That you don't ask questions because you feel somebody else will ask? I think
Yes.
yes, isn't it? It's normal for you to feel it. Normal. But my request is, come out of it. come out of it. Thank you, Krishnanjali, for being so bold. But take it from me. And again, sometimes, sometimes some teachers may be like, oh, you're always asking silly questions. Take your time. Don't have to ask questions in a class where you're not appreciated or where it is not appreciated. You have to weigh it. But wherever possible, ask the questions. Ask the good quality questions and ask with the intention to learn. You can also ask question, why can't I do that? That's also asking question, but not in the right way. Like, we can get upset with our parents and we will say that, but that's not asking the right questions. Yes? Okay. Another thing I'd like to say is that when you will ask question, you are going to fail. Like, sometimes you will ask a question and everybody will start laughing. But that doesn't matter. Like, I go for a lot of learning seminars and I love to ask questions. Because what I realized was, and this is one of the trainers, he told me, he said, the question that you will ask, you will remember that answer for a much longer time than just sitting and listening to other people asking questions and answers. And I still remember this one time when I stood up and I asked a question, and in front of the whole class, we were maybe 30 or 40 people in the class. And that trainer really made me feel like he was giving me a very good lesson, but I was feeling so miserable at that time. I can't forget. Like, he was trying to teach me a lesson and by making me an example. But it's maybe 3 years now. I haven't forgotten it. So what I want to again reiterate, it's okay. You will fail sometime when you're asking questions to the other people, but as much as possible, engage, share your opinions. Yes? So do I have everybody's commitment that from now on, you're going to be more participative, not just in this class, but in general, wherever it is of your interest? Yes? Because sometimes things can be boring. That's all right. But whenever it is in your interest, you will be participative. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Krishnanjali. Who else? Only one person? Thank you, Surya. Thank you, Jyoti. 3 people. So what about the rest of you? Pranit, Malvika, thank you. Thank you. I wish like I had taken these classes where you're like you guys are taking right now. And I'm so glad you're doing it right now, because even us as adults, I learned this probably 10 or 15 years back to really going deep into everything, understanding why it is coming, changing the quality of the questions that I was asking. That also I just learned maybe 10 or 15 years back. So if you start developing that habit now, that will be really, really good. Right? Okay. And then, of course, the other thing is practice, because everybody will be like, yeah, ask quality questions. But what is a quality question? Right? But the thing is, the more you will ask, the better you will get to it. Yes, get into the depth of whatever you like, because that is what is going to make your work stand out. Really make your work stand out. Okay. And why are we focusing so much of design and so much of standing out and so much of ask questions and do this and do that? Okay, let me just show you the screen. Does anybody know who this is?
Is it a robot?
Huh? Come again? Who said that? Pranit, what did you say?
Yes. Is it a robot?
Yes, she is a robot. Absolutely. She is the first really intelligent intelligent AI-driven robot. The reason I'm showing you this is because once you guys come in the real working life, you're going to face a lot of competition with robots like these. They know how to do all the regular work faster. Like today only, right before this call, I was on a call, and there a couple of lawyers were on that call, and they were discussing that how they worry that all the simple basic work, that simple agreement drafting, simple rent agreement, simple work, there will be no requirement for lawyers for that, because that work would be taken over like robots like these, and they will only become more and more and more intelligent. But what they can't do, or maybe at some time, but what they will find very, very hard to do, is the analytical kind of questioning and reasoning, which is what we people can do. Which is what, if you develop with the design capability in your project, make wherever, whatever you're doing, develop a strong knowledge within it, and then develop a great skill set to present that knowledge very well to the people. That's what will make your work stand out. Yes? So I'd like to hear some shares from you. What do you think about artificial intelligence, and how do you think it's going to? Okay, first, how many of you know about artificial intelligence? Maybe you can type me in the chat box and tell me that if you know about artificial intelligence. Okay, did I spend all the time? Okay, Pranit. Okay, thank you. Pranit, would you like to share with everybody what is artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
Artificial intelligence is a kind of intelligence which is like us, but not
Okay.
fully, and it is created by us.
Okay.
And it can do things that we can do. It can think, but it has some problems because it's not developed fully yet.
Yes.
So it cannot think basic things like we can connect each other
Yes.
with other things, but they cannot. They can only string straight.
Yes.
They can only do straightforward things.
Exactly.
They cannot connect to other problems
Yes.
and finally find an answer.
Yes.
If you ask them to do something, they will not connect it and do it. They
Yes.
will just do that only thing.
Yes.
Like if we ask a human to fix a generator or something, they will go and check everything and do fix the generator. If it's an robot, if you ask them to do fix generator, they don't know. You have to specifically ask them to do something specific, like fix the wiring, then fix this thing. We have to make a routine. Then
Yeah.
only they could do it.
Thank you. Thank you, Pranit, for sharing that. Anybody else who wants to share about artificial intelligence? And this robot is Erika, if I'm not wrong. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. But there are,
Sophia was the first one
huh?
who got citizenship in Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
and it was the first artificial intelligence robot.
Okay. I don't know
I
why I
think
thought this is Sophia. Okay, no problem. But so anybody else who knows about artificial intelligence? Surya, would you like to share if you know anything about artificial intelligence?
Oh, ma'am, I just read about it. I'm not.
Okay, you just read about it. Okay, okay. So let me just stop the share because I like to look at the screen. This is an important topic. Just a minute. Okay. Yes, let's have more shares from the room. Malvika, Aditya, Meenakshi.
Ma'am, this is Erica, the most lifelike humanoid robot.
Yeah, okay, Erica. Awesome. Thank you. Krishnanjali. Krishnanjali, would you want to share? Arya, Jyoti. Okay, So I'm hearing a lot of silence. Okay, so what I want to make a point about this artificial intelligence is like Pranit, you just shared. Artificial intelligence also comes with machine learning, which means what is that we tell them when you tell them to do one thing and they don't know how to do it, it's machine learning. It will learn it one time, and then the next time when you ask them to do it, they will know how to do it better. How many of you think that you have experienced artificial intelligence in your work till now?
Me, me.
Okay, Pranit, what do you do?
Everybody has al- assistant, Google Assistant in their devices.
Exactly, Google Assistant. That is the best, I mean, a great example, not a best example, but a great example of
You
artificial
can get it on
intelligence.
every single mobile phone, every Android phone.
Exactly. What
Apple
is
has Siri,
Siri? Exactly. What
and
else?
you have Cortana from Windows. You can use it on laptops.
Yes, I'm so happy to have
And
you.
I know all of this because my brother has
Huh.
done machine learning.
Wow, amazing.
He's a developer now,
Oh, oh, that's amazing.
and he has
Amazing.
a startup. He runs a startup,
Uh-huh.
but it's not based on AI. It is
Okay.
based on app developing.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's because of my brother that I know these things better.
Oh, that's all right. That's really good. Reasons can be any. It's also good that you're curious about it. We have to give algorithmic order to the humanoid robot, or else it will get all mixed up. Alexa, like, yeah, Alexa will get all mixed up. But what I'm saying, but I wonder if you guys are realizing, even when you call up, let's say you may not be calling up for credit cards, but if we call up for credit cards, or if we call up for booking airline tickets, or all of those, they're all machine learning driven softwares, and with time it will only become better and better. Shopping online is one of the biggest machine learning. Social media is one of the biggest, largest. It is nothing else but data, nothing else but data. Why I'm sharing all of this to you is because no matter which field you pick up, whether it is medicine, whether it is engineer, whether it is even a journalist, even an artist, every field will get affected by machine learning. So it's like you have to decide what you want to make out of your career. Simple things will not get you too far. So you have to decide. I don't want to make it worry, because you go and enjoy your time. You do what, like, have fun in your free time, do whatever. But when it comes to work, you have to bring in that extra level in your work, because if you start doing that from now on, it's not something which you will develop. Acha, theek hai, we'll do it after 5 6 years. Abhi to it's okay. It's a small habit, but start developing it now. I'm telling you, it'll pay very big time. Because quite honestly, you guys as children will have a tough, sorry, I don't want to scare you, but it is going to be a little tough journey, because you're going to be competing against advanced versions of these kind of robots who are going to walk around doing almost all of the jobs, the simple jobs. So only the more advanced jobs are what's going to be available to you guys. Yes? Yes, Pranit, thank you. Exactly. A lot of people say that if you have Google Home, or you have Siri, or you have all of that at the house, they're constantly listening to because the moment you say, hey Siri, they wake up immediately. That means they have to listen to all your conversations, right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
if you say something like, if you talk each other to other person, even if you're
Yes.
talking like, I think I should buy a new Bluetooth speaker, or I should change my job,
Yes.
and Next time you open a social media,
Yes.
the ads will pop up, and
Yes.
guess what? There will be Bluetooth speakers,
Yes.
job opportunities,
Yes.
exactly what you just spoke about like a second before. Like
Yes.
you just said, like, I think I should buy a new house or a new TV, smart TV. Next second, next what the next ad will pop up on your screen will be smart TV sale, 60% off.
Yeah,
Check it
so
out.
yes. So thank you, Pranit, for bringing that up. The point that we are just trying to, so don't worry about all of these things. Of course, they will happen in the background, but all it means is that we have to become stronger with what we are doing and more deeply connected with what we are doing and really become great in our field. Otherwise, there is going to be a lot of struggle, so to say. Okay, so with this, I want to, it's 7:20, but I think there is time to do one new share of the second design hack. It's again a simple one. The first one I talked about was intention. So if you have the intention, you will find the answer. So for example, Pranit's brother is doing it. He could have completely ignored it, but he liked and he took interest in it, and therefore he learned more about it, right? So intention, if you have the intention, you will find a solution. The second one is who. It seems really simple, but the design hack for success, who are you designing for? Who? If you're designing or presenting, I'm not just saying design because this is not about you designing some work, but let's say you are presenting your work to an art teacher, it's going to be very different. If you're presenting your work to a doctor, it's going to be very different. Or if you're presenting your work to a person like this who looks like a CEO who means business, it's going to be very different. So I'll give you a real life example. So in my company, I sell awards and trophies and I sell gifts. So in the initial, I think 6-7 years, we had one catalog and we would send that catalog to all the customers who would connect with us. But then later on, I realized that when we are talking to our customers, some of the customers are really like our design. You know, they will see the design, they will appreciate it, they will, you know, there is a lot of things. But some of the people, they didn't care about the design, even if it was really beautiful. They like, no, 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 just tell me, does it match the budget? Will you be able to give it to me in 10 days? And that's it. That's what was more important for them. They didn't care so much. And so to them, if I start keep talking about design, 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 they will switch off. They'll be like, I don't care. So who you are presenting to makes a lot of difference. You know, now I think today we have probably over 18 different catalogs. 18 same products. But what I have done is that I have made different catalogs for different purposes. I have separated all of it so that when we are talking to somebody who is only number driven, he gets something different. When we are talking to somebody who's a little bit more creative, he gets something different. And then obviously there are different departments, HR department, marketing department. So how does that connect to your work? When you are presenting a project, right now I'm just keep talking about project because in school 9th, 10th, 11th, that's what comes to you first, right? When you're presenting a project, it depends upon what kind of a teacher are you presenting it to, or are you presenting it uh, to your peer group, to another school? Are you presenting it for a national competition? Are you presenting it for an international competition? Where are you presenting it? So who are you presenting for? A lot of times what happens is the moment we are given an assignment, we go start working out. But what I would encourage you to go and do is go and see what other people have done, not to copy, but to see what other people have done in a similar scenario and understand what is it that made it work that well. What was so nice in it? So for example, if you're making a presentation in a project and you want to, a lot of times, you know, I think about 10 years back, the easiest most people did was that you go online, find the answers, do a little mix max, and then you put it in your project report. But of course, now nobody does it because they know that, you know, teachers have the same access and they understand what you've done. And moreover, getting the answer right is not the only thing. It's also about the learning process. So here, when you are presenting your idea, keeping in mind who are you working for really, really matters. Who is the end person who's going to read your report? Yes? So if this concept is clear, please type in yes in the chat box. If you have questions, I am here to answer. Yes. Okay. So tell me, based on this, that who are you working for? How do you think with this knowledge, what are you going to do in your current work? With this knowledge that yes, who am I designing for? How will it change your schoolwork based on this knowledge? Is there some change that you can bring in? Okay, I'm waiting for some answers. Okay, give me an example of some project that you have recently done, something that you had to present in your school, maybe collectively. Can anybody volunteer? Yeah, Benedict, some assignment, something that you've done recently. Any example? Because if you take an example, the concept would be much clearer. Otherwise, there's no point if I just keep sharing the principles. They mean nothing. We can analyze a person's character and then make it more interesting based on his and her interest. Yes, Surya, of course. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. You can make it interesting based on a person's character. But a lot of times when we are, for example, when we are, let's say we talk about product design, because that's what, so what it means is that I have to really understand my whole audience. What do they really need? And that's when we are able to present a solution for them, right? So in this case, you understand what is, like if you're presenting a project and there is a competition, what you understand is that what are the rules of the competition and who have they really appreciated in the past, because different competitions appreciate different things. They put value to different things differently, right? Okay, anybody else? Benedict, make it more interesting based on things. Make it more interesting based on what things, Benedict? Okay. I'm waiting for other people to share what is the project. If you can share which is needed. Okay. Okay. If you can share an example of a recent assignment that you guys did, a project that you submitted. Maybe we can take that example to see how will this design principle make it better. Project on a subject in school. Yes, Surya. If you can share a project on a subject in your school that you did. If I get that, then I'll discuss it and I'll close it today. But if I don't, then maybe next time we can pick it up, because I have very interesting tools. Mood swings in biology. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Surya. Which class are you in? Okay, thank you. You completed 12th. Okay, you completed 12th. So mood swings in biology. So who did you submit this project to?
Teacher, biology teacher.
Biology teacher. Okay, you completed your 12th. Okay, so it is just being ranked for the teacher, or is it for
No, it was for the internal assessment. It was also
inter
submitted to the internal examiner.
internal examiner? Okay, great. So when we are, so obviously we don't want to get into the psyche of our teacher. What do they like? What they don't like? But what it really matters in this, when we are doing the who part in this, is really to understand what have been how does a good project report looks like. You talking about mood swings in biology, there is a certain pattern of writing or submitting a paper, certain pattern. But what is it that you can do which is slightly different, slightly better? Small thing. Like you only said small things matter, right? Could
Yes.
could you maybe
Layout, font size, font.
maybe just add a cover?
Yeah, it was mandatory.
Yeah, but maybe just add a different cover.
Yeah.
These are, these are habits which you form, and they would really make it stand out. I remember again and again, I keep coming back to it, not for any other reason, but it's the most relatable thing, our resumes. I think I remember only very few people getting their resumes in a very neatly done, beautiful folder. Otherwise, a lot of people just hand over a paper to you, which is a lot of time crumpled. Everybody notices these small things. Yes. So next
Yes.
time, thank you. Thank you so much, Surya, for sharing that. Next time, I'm going to start sharing a lot of apps, lot of small tricks and tips in terms of how design can make your work, the project report, easier and faster for you to do it, so that you don't have to know all the design principles and the tools and the software. They are super quick, and it'll just make your work pop, right? So next time we're going to cover a lot of tools and a lot of formats like that.